Hi, I'm Randy Estes with Valve Accessories and Controls. This video we're going to show you how to mount our VAC positioners onto a linear valve using our most common mounting kit, our VAC Linear Kit. Right here we have a Fisher 657 actuator mounted with our VAC Linear Kit and a V100 positioner. The V100 has already been mounted and properly installed. In this unit you can see that there is a C3 cam because this linear actuator has a stroke length of less than 2 inches. When we install and we order a positioner that is going onto a linear actuator, we need to know the stroke length. The reason why is the stroke length will determine the cam that we're going to use inside the positioner. On a stroke length that's greater than 2 inches, we'll use a C1 cam. On a stroke length that's less than 2 inches, we'll use a C3 cam pictured here inside the V100. The VAC Linear Kit can be used with any of our VAC positioners, such as the V100, V200, D400, or D500 positioner. In each VAC Linear Kit, you will find an instruction sheet. You will also find a T-bracket, bolts to mount to the actuator and to the positioner, and a Z-bracket, all offering maximum flexibility when mounting to a linear actuator. Pictured here we have an input signal coming into our V100E of 50%. One thing to note with a V100 or V200 is that our feedback arm pictured here needs to be perpendicular with the valve stem. The VAC Linear Kit gives us that maximum flexibility to adjust it so that at 50% of input signal, this feedback arm can be perpendicular with the valve stem. The first step in installing the VAC Linear Kit is to attach our T-bracket to the 2 eye bolts found above the valve stem. We do not need to tighten these bolts all the way. Keep them loose so that we can make adjustments when we mount our positioner. At the end of our final installation, we will tighten all bolts to make sure that the mounting kit is secured to the actuator. Now we need to install the Z-bracket to the back of the positioner. There are 4 bolts with lock washers that need to be attached. Make sure that these bolts are tight. At this time, we need to install the lever arm to the back of the D400 positioner. When installing the lever arm onto the back of the D400 positioner, we need to make sure that it rotates in the correct quadrant. Also attached to the lever arm is the turnbuckle. At this time, we just need to hand tighten before we place it onto the actuator. We are ready to install our Z-bracket with our positioner to our T-bracket on the actuator. The Z-bracket is held on to the T-bracket with 2 bolts. At this time, we just need to make sure the bolts are tight enough to hold the Z-bracket. We're going to start making our final adjustments and tighten everything on the actuator for the bracket. Using the long bolt and spacer supplied, we need to attach our turnbuckle to the actuator stem. It is important that the turnbuckle be parallel to the actuator stem throughout the stroke. To accomplish this, there are plenty of adjustments in the VAC Linear Kit by moving it up or down, left or right. Once we're in proper position, we need to go back and tighten all loose nuts on the positioner and bracketry. This is when we are completed, when all bolts are completely tightened.